I have two different manual tire changing machines here. I'm going to explain the differences to you so that you can choose which one is best for your needs when considering a purchase. This is a unit that I bought about 5 years ago with the intention of using it for car and truck tires, which I have done so. Cost $100. Bought it from Northern Industrial Tools, model 13474. Back in September 2007 it was $100. Today it's still $100. This is a Harbor Freight Pittsburgh model 69686 that my friend just bought. His YouTube name is RedneckComputerGeak. You should check out his channel. He's building a mud mower, an off-road racing lawnmower. It's really neat. He's documenting the whole process. Go ahead and click here to check out his project and his channel. So, which one's right for you? Well, there's some extreme differences between them. I'm going to go ahead and show you that. These are the tools that come with each of them that you use for breaking down and reassembling your tires. They're both very similar. The tool heads on both of them are pretty much identical. The one that came with my Northern Tool unit weighs almost twice as much as the one that came with the Harbor Freight unit, although they're almost the same size. As far as their actual usefulness, I think they're both identical. Even though this one's heavier, this one seems perfectly rugged. The way that I've used my machine, I think this would hold up just fine. I don't think it's too weak, so I don't see any significant differences there. Now, the way that these machines work is you unscrew these caps. You remove these. Put your rim down on here. This unit goes through one of your lug holes to keep the tire from spinning. Put this back down on top of the rim. Thread that down to tighten it up, which holds it in place so that you can work the tire off. At that point, you can use this tool to work your way around it to take it apart. Down here, this is what you use for breaking your bead. There's a shoe there that you put on the tire. You set the rim and the tire on the ground here, put that on, then you go ahead and you put your tool in there and you use the leverage of it to break your bead. That's a very useful tool. This has the same thing. Again, there's differences. I'm going to get to those. The first difference that you'll notice is the size. These two caps, very different. Again, this one weighs a lot more than this one. It's made out of thicker metal. These are what hold your rims down. Again, very different. Look at the size of this one. 1/4 inch plate. This one's 1/8 inch plate. This one is 1/8 inch tubing. This is 1/16 inch tubing. These have full welds along about a 2.5 or 3 inch pipe. This has a 1 inch pipe that's pretty much just tack welded on each side. Now both of these have a purpose. I bought mine for doing car and truck tires. He bought his for doing smaller. This one's going to be better for smaller because this is actually going to fit inside the rim. Whereas if you're doing a small tire, this may be too big. That's a really important factor when choosing. This unit, this resting plate here, is made out of 1/4 inch plate, and it's about 1 foot 12 inches in diameter. This one is about 7 or 8 inches in diameter, and it looks like it's made out of about 1/8 inch plate. This pin here that keeps the tire from spinning, this one's about twice as big as this one. This one over here, the $100 one, is pretty much this $40 unit scaled up, made out of bigger and thicker materials. Now that's not to say that this cheaper unit isn't going to work for you. Remember, these have different purposes. Now they both claim that you can do 8-inch to 16-inch wheels. And they both claim that you can do car tires on them. My feeling is that if you're looking to do car tires, you should buy the $100 unit. I've used this. Yes, it's a pain in the ass to use, and you'll be tired and sweaty by the time you're done changing 4 tires, but it is doable, and you can use it at home like I have. Some other differences are the height. They're both very similar, but this one's a little shorter. Now, if we look at the base of them, my unit I've got bolted to the ground here. The bases of these are both the same. You've got a long piece that extends all the way across, and then 2 short pieces that come off the side. This one is the same. They both have these cleats here, which your rim rests over, so when you're breaking the bead, your wheel doesn't slide out from where you want it to be. This one is adjustable by loosening a bolt, and it can slide forward and back to give you a little bit of adjustment. This one here is welded down. The material that the bases are made out of are also different. This base here is made out of heavy-duty channel. This one here appears to be more stamped out of sheet metal. You need to bolt this unit down in order to use it. That's why I've got it up here in the 2nd floor of my garage. It's bolted to the floor. I use lag bolts in numerous spots. They're going to a floor joist down below. And then for these outer units, I put some bracing pieces on the bottom side of the floor in order for the lag bolts to go into. It's nice and rugged, it's not going anywhere. You need to do the same with this. Some form of mounting it. People have supposedly mounted them to pallets so that they're more portable, and they claim if you stand on the pallet you can work the tires and that'll work for you. Personally, I'm not sure about that. I used to have this unit outside, which is why the paint is so faded on it. I poured a small concrete slab and had it mounted to that, and on a couple times dealing with some troublesome tires, when I'm using the leverage of this bar, I actually tipped the concrete pad up a little bit. So you need to consider your mounting options. You can see here how the base is made out of separate pieces. You have bolts that go through here into these holes, and then you're going to lag bolt it down to the floor or anchor it to whatever it's going to be on. This one weighs about twice as much as this one does. Shipping weight on this is 57 pounds. Shipping weight on this one over here is 28 pounds. So, all said and done, it looks like the $100 unit is a little more than twice as much money as this one, but it also has twice as much metal in it. So this guy over here is exactly what you're paying for. Twice as much metal, it's heavier duty, and in my opinion, if you're going to be doing car and truck tires, this is the one you want. This one over here I think is suitable for smaller jobs. Keep that in mind when making your purchase. I had the opportunity to have both of these here at the same time, so I took it. I hope that this really helps you in your decision on which one to choose. Thank you very much for watching.